Wow. What is your take on trade right now? Do you think that the leadership in Italy and in the EU are poised to do a new deal with the U.S. in terms of trade?
Yes, but I must say that we are upset about the U.S. president's conception of global governance. I believe that it is not even in the interest of the still dominant U.S. in the world economy to maybe dismantle not only specific trade agreements, but the president recently mentioned we will stay within the WTO only at certain conditions. In my view, a country which is so dominant but facing, of course, the uprise of China is doing exactly the opposite of its own interests, to keep America first as much as possible, which would be to reinforce, not to bring down, the multilateral trading system. Of course, Europe is particularly upset by this position of President Trump because Europe was built after the war very much so under American influence and stimulation on a system of gradually freer multilateral trade. So it's very hard for us to cope with this new wave of the U.S. Under this point.
So what will the Italians do then?
Trade policy is very much in the hands of Brussels, but each country can influence that. Italy will be we don't know yet, because under the current government, which seems to be a bit more protectionist, Italy might be not so forcefully backing a EU liberal position, but honestly, they haven't expressed themselves very much so far.
And you wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post recently. Europe promotes competition more than America.
This is interesting. A recent research of the Stern School of NYU has come up with the fact that consumers in Europe are at an advantage in recent years relative to consumers in the US, which is paradoxical because until 20 years ago, this country, the US, was the engine of free markets and consumer attention was much greater here. But it is true that Europeans, with the building up of the single market, of the euro, and with a very strong competition policy, you might remember some early cases of that strength.
Yes, I do. I remember when you stopped the Honeywell and GE deal, that's for sure.
And if we look ahead at subjects hotly discussed this day, the high-tech, the big data, regulation on privacy and antitrust applied to all that, it's easy to foresee that because competition enforcement is stronger, less politically cyclical, more stable in the EU, this will pose problems because, on the other hand, most high-tech companies are, of course, based in the US, but they do a huge business in the EU, so they are under the compliance rules of the EU. And in a psychology of looming trade wars, we must all be cold, rational, and work together to avoid that the next time that Commissioner Vestager in Brussels takes another decision on Google or Facebook or Apple, that is perceived in the US as if it were a protectionist move, a trade war. It simply is not.
It's a very good point. And you refer, of course, to the big fine that Google is paying right now. And of course, we've got these technology discussions in Washington today. Mr. Prime Minister, it's great to get your insights. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Prime Minister Mario Monti.